Expat Immigrants.
Hi everyone, my name's Natalia and this is my voice.
Hello everyone, my name is Kat and this is my voice.
Boo.
Do you like it sped up? You know, you didn't know.
I didn't know what you were doing. I don't think you knew what you were doing, Kat.
Yeah, I love it.
You didn't have a clue. Right, where's my phone? Guys, how are you?
Oh, this is good. I love starting.
How are
you? You know, it just shows your compassion.
I'm compassionate. I want to know how people are doing. Guys, today's episode has got a bit of a festive... Oh, sorry.
I think you've got just a little bit of a marquee here.
What is it? What colour is it?
It's like a Pringle colour.
I was having Pringles. I had Pringles before we came in. I thought you were going to say... I asked what colour because I did put some...
blush.
I didn't put... I put my lipstick on because I couldn't be bothered to go back up to get my blush.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do that, don't you? Like a clown. I literally I put red lipstick on my cheeks and rub it in like blush.
No, that's good.
Yeah, thank you. I always do that, like a clown.
Yeah, I never did that.
Have you never done that?
No, I don't think so.
So for anyone who doesn't have access to blush, just put red lipstick on your cheeks and just rub it in.
Yeah, no, that looks good.
Today's episode has a bit of a festive theme.
Ding, 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 ding,
It's
ding,
the
ding,
festive season, Kat. And you know what? We wanted to actually do an episode where we look at a film, because remember last year we looked at that film Falling for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. But this year, we watched one actually yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah,
but it was so boring.
We didn't enjoy it.
We didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was Catherine's choice. Throw you under the bus.
Out of all the choices. I mean, how many Christmas movies are there?
Oh my God, there's
Nat, we can make a
tons.
Christmas movie.
You think so?
Just someone give us a budget. We'll make a Christmas movie.
What would your Christmas movie
It'll be
involve?
A romance one.
Okay, mine's comedy, right? We can join on it could be romantic comedy. Okay, fine.
But I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm so lonely, so lost, and someone turns up and then your life is happy. No, someone's just happy and they just get happier.
Oh, nice.
Come on, like it's not like we're
so
lost
no
without...
widows or widowers. No single parent households. No orphan children.
No Hallmark movie, man. It's gonna be just like I'm all right, and then I meet at a club.
What is it?
At a club.
At a club.
People
the
don't
club
meet in the
before
club
Christmas.
anymore. Yeah, the club before clubbing Christmas.
Clubbing on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And you meet that person.
And then you have to go to midnight mass. And you're drunk.
I'm
joking.
No, have you ever been? No,
No,
I was
I've been
drunk.
to
I've been hungover.
At mass.
Yeah, like at church.
Yeah, at church. Yeah, we used to.
Someone invited me to their church.
That's rude, Natty.
And I hadn't been to church for ages.
Oh no!
And I was steaming.
It
felt really bad. I think like people could smell me.
And they
like,
said
that's
the
how
church
bad
is welcome
it was.
to all. Come on.
I felt like so bad.
Bad. Why did you go to church?
Because she invited me.
But why don't you go to bed early and not drink?
I don't know what happened. I think like she'd been inviting me, and maybe I don't know if I'd been putting it off or I don't know what. But I just felt like I had to go. I could have been sleeping. I could have, like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I reckon she was. I think it was embarrassing.
Oh no!
Like that. Drunk.
Yeah, you were wearing sequins and stuff.
No, but probably smudged eyeliner. Yo, but that's a good Christmas movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Meet in the club on Christmas Eve. Then you've got to find your way to mass.
Yeah, or church.
But without a car or something, like all these mishaps keep happening.
Exactly, and the little elves come and like drive you to church,
and then something like that. But there's got to be comedy. Do you have a favourite Christmas movie? Did we say this last year?
Not last
I feel
year.
like we did it last
before,
year.
but remember I don't have one,
and I do.
Yeah.
I cannot. Do you know what? I can't wait for Boy to get into Home Alone.
Oh really?
I can't wait to watch that with him. Home Alone 1 and 2, but definitely 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, I can't wait.
Oh, that's so sharing it. He's like, I don't want these old movies from the 90s.
He might not want these old movies from the 90s. They might seem really dated.
No, he'll love it actually because he's
Imagine
mischievous.
that recording device. We recorded. That was like so. Like for us, that was like high technology.
Yeah.
And now look. You could use an app for that.
So
change his voice.
Excited.
So we were going to watch this Christmas movie. Let's just say. We were going to talk about it. We're not, but we'll just brush over it. It was the Brandy one. Sorry, Brandy. I love you. I loved you in Cinderella. Of course, Brandy is my Cinderella.
I mean, yeah, it's not her fault that there's
it was a rubbish story. Absolutely nothing happened. There was nothing, Catherine.
No. And there was just too much grace given to bad behaviour.
In it. So we're not recommending that one.
If snoops around, you're going to be just too graceful and think, yeah, I understand. Listen.
And were they that good friends?
No.
Even? Like, I just don't understand. Yeah, fine. It's rubbish. We're not going to talk about it. But if you do have suggestions for really good Christmas movies,
gave me a suggestion. He said,
Christmas movie.
Yeah, what did he say? Boxing Day. Is there a movie called Boxing Day?
Yes, and it's a British one and a Black British one. We need to watch it. We need to watch it, and we will give it a review.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that. But for now, we've got a different festive theme, something that we haven't really done before, have we?
We made it up.
We just made it up just now. Yeah. So what we're going to do is remind ourselves about the song, The 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
The 12 Days of Christmas talk about gifts that your true love has given to you.
Yes.
But in this, we're using that as the foundation,
yes,
as our kind of starting point.
And we're building upon.
that, Catherine.
Yes.
So because we are expat immigrants, we are talking about our experience living in France.
Yeah.
And imagine if France was the true love, or imagine if France is the one giving gifts. Imagine. So what gifts has France given to us?
Yeah.
And in general, what are the things that we love about living in France?
Yes, la liberté, égalité.
Catherine, I'm rolling my eyes already.
That's not on the list because we haven't seen that gift.
I ain't at the gift of égalité, you know. I ain't gonna lie.
Of fraternity.
But listen, like with everything, there's good and bad, okay, in everything. Today, we're going to focus on the good things. Yeah. We're going to focus on the joy and Christmas joy.
Yeah, the best things about France are gifts.
Yeah, let's just focus on the good stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through a list of things that we love about France.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put it to the song at the end of it.
Exactly. We're going to build a song.
We're going to build a song.
And sing it to you for your listening pleasure.
You know how we love to do a song. Right, Catty, would you start?
Yes. Now, you've built it up so nicely. And my first one is a compliment. It's positive, but it might sound negative. It might sound negative. It's one of those, but it's positive.
It is positive.
It sounds
Stick
negative.
With her. You know what she's like.
So on my first list is that I love the French people because they can take criticism. What I mean by that is they're direct. You know, they're not softies. They're not crybabies. Like, if you can say something to a French person without feeling like, oh goodness, now they're gonna think you're hurt my feeling. Nah, just say plain English.
In plain English, plain French.
Plain French. They don't get offended. No one's get hurt. You know, because English people, we're too fluffy.
Do you know
and we hide our meanings.
Passive aggressive.
You know,
I don't think that exists in France.
No,
like
you
that.
just don't. Like, say if I invite you out, you're a French girl, right? You're my French friend. I invite you out, you don't want to come.
Salut, je suis Marie.
Yeah. Oh, tu veux sortir avec moi ce soir?
Oui, bien sûr.
No, so you don't want to come.
Oh, excuse-moi, je veux pas sortir avec toi.
No, it's not like that.
Oh, excuse-moi.
Yeah.
Malheureusement, je ne peux pas sortir avec toi aujourd'hui ce soir.
I'm like, cool, c'est cool, man. C'est cool.
Ça va? Okay,
but in England, you know, it's all this
England
like,
is, I might do, and then not turn up.
At someone's party and they paid a deposit for you. You know? Like, I just like straight up, direct transparency, honesty. You do what you want in France.
Absolutely.
And you don't lead anyone up the garden path.
No, if you say you're going to be somewhere or say you're going to do something, you're going to do it.
Because you want to do it and no one's going to coerce you.
And if you don't want to do it, you just say.
You just say, no, thank you.
Because do you know what? In England, it literally is like,
everything's
yes, you know. Yeah. And they try not to hurt your feelings, but actually you do hurt my feelings when you just leave me standing.
Leave me hanging.
Jeez. Hanging by a thread.
So that's my number one.
Okay, like you could be direct.
Yeah, direct communication.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, let me look for my number one.
Not number one, but my
no,
first
we're just
point.
First point. Let me look for my first point. My first point is holiday destinations.
Oh, I got that on my
Have you got that?
list.
Catherine, we've got one country
they're blessed,
where
you
man are blessed.
That's why they walk around like so.
You lot are blessed because in this one country, we can have snow holiday, go to the mountains.
Yeah.
And or during the summer hiking holiday. We've got flat areas where we could ride a bike. Yeah. Vineyards and ride and cycle through there. We've got lavender fields. We've got the sea, Catherine.
You've got the beaches.
We've got the coast. We've got the coast on the Mediterranean. We've got the coast down the south and the east. What's it now? The Pacific coast. Yeah. What, north, east, south, west. And we've got the west coast, the Atlantic, and we've got the Mediterranean coast down south. We've got it.
They've got beautiful, I don't know, in Italy, you must know. They probably have it near Marseille, but definitely down the south. You know, like Calanque? Do you know what Calanques are? You would know them. They're like on the sea and there's little caves and stuff. They're gorgeous. You take a boat ride and you go in there. I mean, that's
why French people don't want to really leave the country to go on holiday, you know.
Well,
some people do. No, I'm saying that from my experience with my family. Like, should we go on holiday? Yeah. And then end up in France.
And also, they're really blessed with their weather as well, aren't they?
That's my other point. So let's not go into that. But certainly in terms of having one country being so blessed, and we're talking about the north as well, and the castles, like you want history, like anything in terms of holiday in one country. You've
camping,
camping and glamping, and those gîtes and stuff, and there's just so much to do and so much to discover in this one place. So you don't have to go like to lots of different countries to get. You can stay in this country and get a lot of those sorts of things that you want to get. So imagine if you're traveling in a big group. You could probably, especially, I would say, if you're coming from America to France, because Americans, like, traveling around a country is nothing. It's small fry. Like, you lot do, like, 8-9 hours driving, or it's nothing.
Get your potato chips and off you go.
So, like, for people, like, say for Americans, for example, like coming to France, you don't have to stick with Paris.
No.
Like, a lot of people think that Paris is
the centre.
Like the centre. And of course, it's a capital city. Of course, it's worth visiting. But in the grander scheme of things, like there's so much to visit and to see in the whole country of France. You really cannot go wrong, I think. So that's one gift.
Got to be on the list.
Yeah, that's a gift from France to moi.
I put lunch times and meal times.
Ooh.
Lunch times and meal times, because listen, they respect it.
Respect.
You know, it's on the calendar.
Like, it's in your diary.
And can't be moved.
Excuse.
It's lunchtime 4 p.m. We talked about it before. Lunchtime is fixed. It's a fixed time.
It's 12 till 2.
12 till 2, and we respect it. Not only do we honour it and we stop and we pause and we have a lunch, we're eating well as well.
We're eating well. The kind of lunch places, Kat, that you can find, these specific sort of lunch restaurants. Near where I live, there's some really affordable places. Yeah. There's one near where the place I used to work at was, and it was actually, I might have talked about it before. It was like staffed by people with learning difficulties.
Oh, nice.
Did I not talk about it before? So. It was really good. It was like people with different learning difficulties and stuff. They were the staff. And chefs and serving staff and till staff. Yeah. And basically they would have like the plat du jour, which was always delicious, always different, always delicious. Yeah. And it was like €8 for the plat du jour. So like then you can get like, it was so affordable, and then you can get like extra kind of like a soup to begin with. Like your starters and your dessert is extra, but you're not paying more than like 12 €13. And it was so good. And what I love as well, you would always find some wine. You get a jug of wine. Like you just pour a glass of, you can pay by the glass at these places, like the sort of canteen. You pick up your stuff and you get a glass of wine, and then you have a glass of wine at your lunch.
I know. Listen, what do we have in comparison?
Can you imagine getting a glass of wine at Pret and just stuffing your sandwich in your mouth?
I mean, we have meal deal, a little dry sandwich.
Tesco meal deal.
Dry sandwich, crisps, and a drink. That's terrible. These people are sitting down with table and plate and
Table
fork
and
knife
plate and fork and knife.
serviette.
Catty, do you know what I just remembered though? It was I'm wondering. It's more Swiss though, but certainly like food wise and lunch wise.
Yeah.
Twice this has happened to me. First time I thought it was a fluke. Second time I was like, this is how people are actually moving here in Switzerland. I went to pick up a quick sandwich.
Yeah.
The first time was with Boy after we dropped you off at the airport, I think at one point. And I didn't know what to get, and I see this bagel, and it was like salmon and cream cheese bagel, and then took it back to the car, and Boy had something else. And Catherine, the amount of salmon in this bagel, I was shook of.
You told me,
Catherine, I was shook of. I said, "What? Someone must have been falling asleep
in it
on the production line,
isn't it?
I must have put in bed
two lots to one.
It was so the ratio of salmon to bagel and cream cheese was just hitting it right.
Aye.
And then it reminds me of them ones in Pret where you get the salmon just in the middle, like a sliver of salmon,
dry
so
sandwich
you can
around
see it when it's cut. Do you know what I mean? You can see that there's salmon there, but then you open up the rest of the bread and it ain't nowhere to be seen around.
Can't cover.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So I
just
just love,
twice now, so you know it's.
So twice I've gone back to the same one. It was a Migros. I went back to Migros and I went back and got the same salmon thing. And again, ample salmon. It was like filling. It was
I
like
think
proper.
France will be the same. Like the thing is,
That's the thing. I feel like
we're
France
not
will be the
getting
same.
sandwiches from the supermarket, but
No,
you will
we're not.
get your sandwiches, your baguette from the
Boulangerie.
and usually the boulangerie is quite generous. I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, so-
yeah. They're filling their sandwiches. That's what's good.
Yeah,
Because I love a sandwich.
I'm not a big fat sandwich fan, but
I love a sandwich.
Meal times is respected. Lunchtime.
Food is respected.
Food.
And we're not looking at the bottom line.
No.
Do you know what I mean? In the sense of... I could know that you didn't know what... Where's she going?
Profit and loss. Are you talking about profit and loss?
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, bottom line.
She's like...
Drawing a picture.
Where's she going now with that?
No, I know.
Because I always think about when you see The Apprentice and they do their food task and they're always scrimping on the food. They're always either quality, they don't use the best quality and they're trying the margins and you go, oh, give them less and put less of that in and stuff.
Qualité is what
but
you
in
say.
France, it's qualité. Like they don't... I feel like their perception of what their margins are going to be is different.
Yeah.
They will always give a quality food experience.
Quality first.
So whether it's you're sitting down for a meal, you're not going to have just hardly any little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes in England, you're like, where's the rest of it, man?
Innit?
You know, you're going to be like...
Yeah, that's like quality first. Leading with quality.
Yeah, leading with the
that.
qualité.
That's what we should do. A slogan for France, man.
Qualité first.
Qualité first. In plain English.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay, my turn. Keeping on the food thing.
Yeah, I got another one.
I've got a couple food stuff.
Because you're the best. Go on.
Which one should I say first then? Because I
Hit me.
think one is on your list. I'm going to say this one. Apéro.
Oh, I didn't got that on my list.
Okay.
Oh, how come that's
Apéro.
like classic French?
It is such a nice experience. In terms of not having the commitment to offering like if you invite someone, let's have an apéro, or should we meet for apéro, like you're not saying let's have dinner and you have to like feed someone or cook or even go out and buy dinner. There's an understanding that you're going to go and catch up over a drink. It's not to get shit-faced and drunk, but it's to enjoy a glass and a catch-up.
like
and there
that.
might be nibbles and stuff. And then everyone can go home their separate ways and then you eat at home.
Yeah.
Or you can go, hey, should we just get something to eat? Or you might have, if you've got friends over, hey, do you want to actually stay for dinner? Yeah. Or if you're doing it at your house, you might put on such a spread that there's lots of nibbles that you might even just be full itself.
like
there's
that.
something about apéro in all of its things that
we
I just
don't have
love.
anything like that. We either go for dinner in England, don't we? Or we don't have like a little... Or maybe if you go to a bar, you might just have the nuts and the crisp, but it's not...
But I feel like
apéro
there's...
is better.
Because that's the thing. I feel like if I went to a bar, like even when I would go to pubs and stuff, we'd just keep drinking and we'd get shit-faced. Do you know what I mean? Like we'd just keep drinking. And then like the bar's like 2 for 1. You go to get a bit drunk. It's not... You will go to catch up, but there's not that kind of like...
that leads on to a point of mine, but yeah.
I'm gonna stop here and let's just talk and but that's what I love. Like there's the understanding of we're here for this moment, and especially when you go to someone's house, because then you can go, okay, I'm leaving now, sort of thing. You don't have that awkward kind of, oh, am I staying for dinner, or there's almost like a cut off time for apéro.
I love it.
Although some apéros can go, I've been to apéros that just literally go on into the evening, and
because she's invited.
Because I'm so that's what I love. Apéro. Yeah. Do you love an apéro, Katty?
I do. I don't think I've had enough apéro.
Really?
I need to have more apéro dans ma vie.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. And by the way, apéro is the drink. Because remember, did I tell you the story of when I embarrassed John when this guy, we went to a restaurant and he was like, something, quelque chose pour apéro, and I said, no, merci, j'ai déjà mangé.
Yeah,
I've already eaten. And it's like, oh, this is about the drink. Do you want something to drink?
But I always think it comes hand in hand.
That's
I always
the thing. Every time
grignoter is to like snack. That's the verb for snack. Grignoter. I always thought you had a little bit of saucisson.
You always
olives.
do. They will always bring out, but it's about the drink. And that's the funny thing, because when I think like in the early days when John and I were dating, when I'd be at his house, he'd cook dinner so late.
I don't like that.
Really late. So I'd be starving. Like I'm used to eating dinner like 6 p.m.
Yeah,
Latest maybe 7, But he's talking about like 9:30, like 10, like sometimes. And I'm just like, I'm starving. So I would always want to have some crisps or something.
Yeah.
And he would say, oh, we don't snack in France. So we don't, which is kind of true. Like you don't get people just getting a bag of crisps and something during the day. But then I was like, but what is apéro? Because apéro is literally, you're putting peanut, like it is the drink. Like you're drinking some wine or champagne
with
or
peanuts and olives.
But there will always be olives, there will always be peanuts, there will always be saucisson, there will always be something there, like little things to munch at the same time. So that to me is snacking. How's that not snacking? How's that not crisps before my dinner?
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Babe.
Listen, we got to stick on this food thing.
Go on then, continue.
Le marché.
Le marché.
Not the supermarché.
No.
Le marché.
Le marché.
Big yourselves up, fruit and veg man.
Blup, blup, blup.
And everyone that goes to the market. Listen, like I feel like historically in England we had the markets everyone shopped at the markets, but don't do that so much. We get everything from a supermarket. But the market, my friend, Sunday market, Saturday market, Monday,
Friday
Tuesday,
market,
everyday market.
Yeah.
You can just go to the market. Go and buy your fruit and veg, your fish, your meat, your little...
And the qualité cap.
Yeah, your little delicacies or whatever. And it is so good. And I think it's still embedded in French life. They all go to the market. In my house share, one time, right, I was like a little bit sad about something. So I did a typical emotional eating thing. I was like, I'm just having... pomme noisettes, like my pomme noisettes, those little chips with they come in a ball.
Yeah,
I like pomme noisettes.
They're like little balls of chips or potatoes.
Yeah.
And they're delicious.
You put them in the oven, and I don't usually eat oven food like that. And my housemate and I did put the whole bag of pomme noisettes.
What did you? Okay.
I'm feeling sad. I'm going to eat my bag full of pomme noisettes. And my housemate, she was like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh no, don't talk to me. I need to just eat this pomme noisette, and I'll be fine." And she was like to me, "You need to come to the market with us," because we all used to go to the market on a Sunday morning. And I said, market? Like I go supermarket.
Yeah.
But there's something, the ritual of going to the market, wherever it's on, filling up at the market and getting the extra stuff at the supermarket.
Yeah.
It's so good, and the quality and the freshness, and even having that market relationship. With the market sellers, the traders or whatever you call them. Like sometimes, one time I like little 20 centime cheap, less. And he goes, "I'll give it to me next week."
Next week,
you still have that vibe.
Yeah,
they could cut it
too,
off.
actually,
they could
recently.
cut off the price. If you're short, like by a euro or something, they say, "Oh, don't worry about it. Give it to me next week."
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do that in Tesco's.
No, you're
say, "Look,
right.
I'm short of a quid here, but I'm good for it."
Yeah,
I got
you can't do that.
I got £49. They said, "No, it's £50."
Nice. Yeah, the relationship that you develop. Like I remember there's a market near me, and I like to get some rotisserie chicken there. And I feel like I knew I had the money, but I couldn't sort of find it. And the guy was like, "Oh no, don't worry." And I was like, no, insisting. But actually, him saying, "Don't worry about it," he meant it. Don't worry about it.
Back next time. But Natty, remember we went to the market near you years ago when Mum was here. Oh, Natty got fleeced a little bit.
I don't even know if I got fleas now that I think about it, but it hurt, man.
You
like
bought
I bought
the
cherries, and it was like
€15.
15. I gave him 20, and he gave me back like £4. I was like, what?
But that's kind of organic. But like, listen, man,
It
let me
was
know.
so expensive. I was like, let me know. I didn't realise it'd be that expensive.
$3.99.
Oh,
So you got to be
exactly.
careful sometimes because food is expensive in France.
Yeah,
Fruit and veg.
Fruit and veg can be expensive, but
But it's
once
good
you sort of
quality.
know, the quality, and when you can plan and you sort of know what you're doing, but also you can have a bit of a kind of off the cuff. You know, you go to the market and like, oh, what's there? What have they got? You know, I think it's a great experience, and also talking about like the ritual of it, even just being outside and walking in fresh air. And just going around and seeing what there is. It's so nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
So nice. It's beautiful. In England,
And
if
I
they
love the
could
buvette, man. I'm sorry, you guys. I might sound like an alcoholic. I just like to have a bit of a wine, but they've got these buvettes in the market, and it's basically a place where they sell wine.
Yeah.
And near us, they've got these like small little cups, and it's €2 for a wine. They fill it right to the top, like you're getting a nice little.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like 11 in the morning, people are out there. 10, 11, they're at the buvette. And I'm like, yeah, man.
I love it.
When in Rome, you know, like when in France, and you just have your wine. You might go to the guy with the saucisson, go to the guy with the olives, and bring it back to the buvette, and you sit and then you have your wine and stuff, and people are chatting.
I love it.
It's just such a nice.
Yeah.
I love the market, Kat.
Yeah, market's up there.
Market place.
Marché.
Right. Let's see what I have. My phone keeps.
I know mine time's out as well. I don't know how to take it off.
Okay, so patisserie, is that on your list?
Nah, it's not.
Oh, it's not. We're still in the food.
Oh man, food is the winner.
I mean, France has got so many good things, but like patisserie, I feel like it is such a gift when you get to go to a place where there is a patisserie person who works there. That is their métier.
Yeah.
That is their speciality. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And you come and you see, because I'm just thinking about the one local to us. There's a new boulangerie which is in the same location as the old boulangerie, but it's been taken over, and there's a guy on site who does all the stuff.
We should talk to him, Natty.
I think we should.
Yeah,
I think we
talk
should.
to
Last
him.
time I was there, I was like, is he here? And they're like, oh yeah, he's here and he's on site. He makes it. And I was just like, oh, get an interview. But certainly there is something about the quality and the flavors and the kind of high kind of, what am I talking about? It's like an everyday person can get this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
it's
the
local.
access.
It's just the access to every day, but it's such good quality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that, like, I've got a professional top patisserie person just at the end of the road, and I've got access to it when I'm just gonna go and buy my bread or buy my breakfast.
We don't know what that feels like in the UK.
Because in the UK, you could probably make a trip down to, say, I feel like Angel had some places.
Yeah.
I remember I used to go to like Ottolenghi's place in Angel, and there was some really nice sort of patisserie at the front on the window, but it felt kind of indulgent. It felt kind of like, oh, I'm gonna have a special something, but here is almost like an everyday thing, and the patisserie is so good. It's sweet, but it's different to cakes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, let's have this tart, and it. You know,
they do a lot of fruit tarts, don't they? Fruit gets its day in the sun.
Millefeuille, and then there's cream. There's just so many different ones that you can enjoy.
Oh my gosh,
and
so nice.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, patisserie. Well, you know, I love the patisserie. I love it so much. Sticking on the food theme, which I feel we've lost this tradition as well in England, but it's your specialist shops, it's your artisan shops, it's your, let's say you've got the fromagerie, you've got the boucherie, you've got the cheese shop, you've got the butchers, you've got the fishmongers. You know, people actually go to the specialist shop to buy their meat, fish and cheese.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like it's still sort of there in England, but I feel like people are so used to the convenience of supermarkets, and then supermarkets are cheaper because they can push the price down. Yeah. And so it makes it more. So when I was in England, I would mostly shop at a supermarket. Although occasionally, like once or twice, I went to like a fishmonger.
Yeah. But I feel like we say, it's the ritual, the practice of, I know I'm gonna have a meat for my dinner, so I'm going to the boucherie. I don't think they mind going to boucherie, fromagerie, wine shop, and supermarket. Whereas we
Kat is always packed.
Yeah.
I went into the fromagerie the other day. It's just ramajam. Like, what are you lot doing? Like, what about? But they know that they want to get it from there, and they would pay more for the quality.
They pay more for quality.
They do.
Oh my gosh.
So it's good. Yeah. That's a really nice thing. I do enjoy going to like the butchers and going to. Well, actually, in my local shop there is a butcher's in there.
Oh yeah.
And I go to him and find
but it's
out.
nice to have it like not just in a plastic sort of covering already made. It's nice to sort of point and select, and you know what? Ask questions.
Exactly, you could ask questions and they'll tell you.
Oh, but what I don't like, my gosh, when you go to some of these butchers' place,
when you see like all the birds,
they've got the feathers still on.
Yeah,
and they've got, no, bloody hell, man, sort it out. Really, you want to turn me like, I really love the vegan lifestyle stuff, and I tried to be vegan before, and I think I'm truly am a vegetarian that's just fallen off the wagon. But when you listen, any vegetarian and anyone who really loves animals, don't go to the boucherie because it's like one step past them being slaughtered. And they're still there with their feathers on.
I had to tell boy, he was like, what's that? And I'm like, yeah, that's a rabbit.
Oh no. And then you go slice it up and everything. Oh no.
Yeah, but
you know, we're sticking to the positive.
It's all localized. A lot of it is local. That's the thing as well. I think around here especially, a lot of it is local food and farms, so it doesn't go very far, and you can get good
pluck it, my friend,
quality, and pluck the ting in
pluck
it.
The ting before you sell it to me.
Pluck the ting and fillet the ting. I don't know. I don't want to know what it was. Right, that was my turn. Okay, my thing is the weather.
Yeah.
I sort of mentioned it before, but particularly where we live, which is Haute-Savoie, the weather, what I love, and this is what I say to everyone who would listen, I love the 4 seasons. 4 seasons here, like, and every season has like a definitive feel, and you feel it coming on. And it's a definitive change. Like, I feel like in the UK there's a lot of sort of grizzly kind of mild weathers, like, and a lot of rain and wet, but it might be a bit warmer if it's spring, but definitely colder if it's...
you know, I do miss the rain sometimes. Do you ever miss rain? Like rain, British rain.
British rain. Oh yeah, do you know what? Sometimes when I'm in England, right, and it's got that light rain, like kind of like not proper rain.
Like you can't go
it's
out.
just like the light kind of rain.
It.
Actually, I miss that. I do miss that.
I love the rain.
But here, when it rains, it rains. Like it's gonna rain. It's gonna piss it down. But what I love is seeing the change. I feel like one of my favorite seasons is autumn. Like coming off the back of summer, and then you're just seeing the colors of the trees changing. You're seeing like the acorns on the ground and the crunch of the leaves. I love it. And it's but what the thing is around here is that you still get sunshine. And that's what I love. I love feeling cold but having the sun shining bright with no clouds. And that's the thing, I think in the UK and maybe parts of northern France is like that. But it's very overcast all the time. So here it's really sunny. But it's not like the south where maybe it's just warm pretty much all the time. But it's literally like sunny. And then even in winter, that's why people come here and ski, you know, because they love it. You're up the mountain and it's cold and the snow's there, but the sun is shining and you're hot. You know? Oh, I love it.
It's so
I love it.
good.
And then when spring comes, Kat, and you see the flowers, the tulips, and around here they like the councils like actually have people who plant the tulips around, and so those middle reservations on roads, they all have like tulips coming up and like really nice flowers, very very colourful and beautiful. And then summertime around here is like you've got the lakes. It's very hot, like sunbathing weather. Like let's sit outside and catch some rays. Proper summer. And then those long evenings where you could sit outside and have those long dinners outside. Don't you just love that, Kat? Love it. The weather here is second to none, babe. Like how you said.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, kind of segueing.
Okay. Let's have a segue.
You got the long summers. I was thinking of the terrace culture.
Ooh.
The terrace, man.
Yeah.
You just go out and you sit at a bar. And what I love about French cafes and French bars, I don't think there's like a big expectation that you're going to be there for a long time and spend a lot of money. I think you can even have like a little short time, sit down, have a drink, or it could be a long time. But there's not that pressure of, oh, this is your table and you've only got...
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
because sometimes in England, it's like, oh, you're going to finish, this is your time slot.
And then get off with ya and bring another person in. You either sit there for a long time and you're respectful, you'll drink, you know, you're not just nursing one drink, but it's just beautiful culture of just being outdoors in a long summer's evening and just watching the world go by and friends coming to meet you and joining you and moving away.
Absolutely.
I just love terrace culture.
I love it. And even going to Paris, there's just so many terraces on major roads, isn't it? And all the chairs are just outside and people just sitting outside and having a coffee or having a drink, having a
we tried to do it in the UK and there are some lovely places that have terraces, but we were like at the mercy of the weather, aren't we?
No. Like you want a beer garden, you want to be covered, or you want to just, unless you don't mind just sitting under the rain or the spitting rain.
It's gorgeous. Just sit out, and it's just laissez-faire, you know, just lazy days in the sun at the terrace, and you know you can have your apéro drink. So go to meeting back, you know, the Cair Royal or. What else?
Cair Royal?
Is that an
apéro? It is, but it's a bit fancy.
Well, you know what?
It's the one with champagne. Well, I just have a normal Cair. That was literally my apéro drink. Cair Cassis, a normal Cair. So that's like Cassis.
Like
what is syrup of Cassis? What's Cassis again?
Like
blackberry, blackcurrant. Blackcurrant or blackberry syrup and topped up with white wine. That's a Cair. Yeah. So that used to be my apéro of choice. A lot of people go for Aperol Spritz now recently. I've seen a rise in that, but I've never gotten on to that.
That's Italian though, isn't it?
It is Italian, but it's had its high...
French has got their spritz as well. Remember I went testing all the spritzes?
Oh, yeah.
They got Hugo and something else.
Spritz.
Yeah, so I did a test of them one time.
Yeah, but the terraces, absolutely love it. And it's beautiful as well. It feels really iconic when you come to France and all of a sudden you see the terraces.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
It's like you know you're in France.
You know you're in France and you know you're there. Well.
Yeah, and outside dining. Even when you go to like the south and like by the seaside, everyone's just sort of outside.
We need to tell the people we're in the south of France.
We've got to tell you lot where we are. Yeah, why don't you tell us where we should go in the south of France? Have you guys got any suggestions?
Yeah, no, that'd be nice.
We could go to like Nice. We went to Nice once. Remember we go back to Nice. We were little girls.
I kissed
you
the boy and
you
liked it.
That Brazilian guy. I remember.
Oh my Dieu.
She kissed that Brazilian guy. He had a friend who wanted to.
Wasn't a nice
his
kiss,
friend
though.
wanted to kiss me, and I was like, no.
In those days.
In those days as well, because I was kissing anyone.
Yeah. Why you say no to him?
I can't remember.
Oh, I said yes. I said, we miss you. But it was not a nice kiss. I think I was too eager and he might have been eager. You know when you're young and you're learning to kiss and your teeth clash. I've never clashed my teeth like in my old age. But in my young age, I was like, I must have wanted to just kiss him.
You're getting old of him. That's what we used to say, getting old of.
Get old of someone.
Get old of someone.
Yeah, get old of someone. We don't say that enough.
Why don't we say that anymore? We've got to do an episode of all the slangs that we used to say. Because this afternoon I was saying, remember when, because Mum's here, and I was saying to Catherine, remember when we used to say screwing? And Mum and Dad used to hate us saying that because it meant something completely different to them. Yeah. But for us, it's like screw face. And I don't even know if people say screw face or screwing anymore. Do they even say that?
Arms house was my favourite.
I'll bring Arms house to your mum's house.
Arms house. I love Arms house.
The least violent person. Her favourite phrase is Arms house.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Right, your go.
On va continuer. The gift that France has given is for me here is the slow pace of life.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
It's a gift.
Lovely.
You know, in the last episode I said about hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
I do miss it. But I also welcome the slow
know.
pace of life. And I think when the time when we left London was the right time for me to just slow down a bit.
Because you would have probably lost your head by now.
I think I would have just gone a bit, you know, do lally. No, I wouldn't have. But I think I feel like when you're in London, you get so used to such a fast pace that you rarely have opportunities just to take a breather, take stock, look around and appreciate. And I think that I could do that here.
Yeah.
Like I'm always so thankful and grateful. I actually have like a lot of gratitude being here, and often I'll be in the car and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Amazing. Thank God, you know. Yeah, definitely. Because it's so beautiful around here. But also, just like the slow pace of life, like kind of slowing down. Now I'm raising boy, and I feel like he can just experience things that are just slow.
I like it.
It's not rushing around. It's not, we've got to get here and then go to this and go to that, go to that. Even when we do have to get to places, and I think as he gets older, we'll do more activities and stuff. But I just think we're not going to be rushing. No. Do you know what I mean? We just get there.
Yeah, I love that.
You know, everything feels a bit, you know, and like we cook a lot at home. There's not takeouts, there's not like you know, it's all very much like
exactly. And you can't, like we were talking with your friends yesterday about, you can't get microwave meals or like fast
food
produced meals, like, or whatever, like convenience meals.
You're
not really getting them. The convenience is there's your carrot, there's your celery, make a soup exactly.
Like just kind of getting things done, but in a way that you follow the process kind of thing. You're not trying to skip.
Like England is, we've got very unhealthy practices, I think. You know, to related to pace of life.
Fast. That's the thing. I mean, there's elements of it which is like, you could kind of see the benefits, like getting like, I suppose like in terms of convenience and efficiency.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like there's a balance between slow pace and efficiency, because a lot of things in France are inefficient. But that could be related to the slow pace, you know? So what are you going to have?
What are you going to do? We can't have it all.
And then the thing about England is that things are fast, but then things are super efficient, but then you lose the quality. Exactly. Yeah. So what can you do? But the slow pace of life is a gift, I think.
And I've got another gift which is closely related. See, we're complementing. Look at us in our orange. We're complementing. So I put balance. The French people know how to have a balanced life. Now, I don't see anyone coming to work super early and then staying behind at work super late to finish off a report. I didn't see that in France. It's like, no, my hours are X to X, 9 to 5. And I'm doing my work. And then I go home. I break for lunchtime, which we've already said. I'm not like, I feel like in England, you can really
It's almost like a competition though.
Work to burnout. Like, I mean, I know burnout happens in every kind of country. And there's probably companies where people work really hard. But I just think generally they have an understanding of what a healthy work life looks like, what a healthy plate looks like, what a healthy diet looks like, what a healthy how much outdoor time they need and stuff like that. I really see that balance in a way that I don't see in England.
Absolutely. And in terms of, I feel like in England, I always felt it was quite competitive, like who can stay the latest or who can get in the earliest kind of thing. And I always never wanted to be part of that.
I don't want to play that.
I don't want to play that. Like I come in when I come in.
I get paid for these hours.
I want to do the hours. I come in, and if I feel like I need to stay later to just tidy something up or wrap something up for myself, not for you, for myself, to make myself have a better day tomorrow, then maybe I'll do it. But like going above and beyond in a sense of like pushing it, like I would always go above and beyond in terms of the quality of work that I'd produce, but in terms of like working yourself to the bone and missing out on family life and that sort of balance.
I put balance in my notes here. I put balance. You're not killing yourself, man.
You're not killing yourself.
Like in England, you push yourself so much, too much for nothing.
Absolutely, because you don't. What is the reward? You don't. Like you might get a pay rise, or you might get if you're lucky. But then a lot of times these sort of things aren't valued actually in the grander scheme of things. These, you know, you working yourself to the bone and do that. Do people even notice that? Does your boss notice that?
No.
Will they take it into account?
It's like an expectation, isn't it?
But then it does become an expectation. Like, oh, this person's and when you get up to leave, like, oh, they're leaving now. I was like, man, pee off.
Leaving.
Pee off.
This is my rate.
It's my rate and it's my time. Like, let's bring back like valuing our time. And that's what I think. Like, in France they value their time.
Yes, exactly.
They value their time.
That's why they take their holidays.
Exactly,
You
they will take
find a French
it.
person not taking their holidays.
Oh my days! Holidays are being taken.
Even if it's an inconvenience to the business.
Babe,
Listen,
look, I'm
holiday
trying to phone up in August. Do you think I'm reaching someone? First week of August. You best believe
Gone, man. You're gone for the month.
You're not there. These people aren't there. You can wait. You can wait, and I'll pick it up when I come back.
You know the Brexit ties with the biggest joke when all the British people were trying to cross over from Dover to Calais.
Yeah.
And they're saying, the French people weren't like stamping the passports and it was taking
Quick
so
enough,
long.
yeah.
But it's like, why are you coming? You know, August, the French people go on a holiday.
That's what they do.
Listen, we chose Brexit, so,
Innit?
you know, they're
So
not going to
figure
stop
it
their
out.
holiday just because thousands of us are crossing over.
Innit? Oh my God. But yeah, I love that
life.
cat balance. And then just going back on what you said, like when you said about a healthy plate, like you rarely, in my personal experience, like you rarely see a French person overeating. Like I feel like they know when to stop, but they also have all the courses. They're not like filling up on the main course.
Yeah.
And they will always have a dessert, like even if it's just a clementine or an apple or something at the end of a meal. That's a dessert. It doesn't have to be like a cake or whatever.
Yeah,
but they'll have the three, you know,
if that minimum,
or at least two courses, you know.
Oh my gosh!
So that sort of balance. I like that word, Catty.
We love that.
Okay, my turn again. Encore, c'est moi. Excuse-moi. Je ne suis pas prête. Last one.
Okay.
Social security.
What do you mean by that?
In the sense that in a social way, you got the security.
There's
a security social, but what I want to say, not necessarily like the actual social security sociale that you have in France. It's literally, it feels like a socialist country.
Yeah.
It feels like the society is looked after.
Nice.
It feels like people can get job security. People have benefits in the sense of if they can't work, they can they can claim benefits in a fair way. They're not demonized for it.
What is this thing? Like, if you lose your job or something, in some places, I think France is one of them, like you get the same salary.
Yeah, you get the same salary for a few months. Like they put something like that. Absolutely. And also you can get training. You can get training like to retrain or to through your work and stuff like that. What I like as well, there's a thing for musicians and artists whereby it's like a status whereby the amount of hours that you do in terms of like rehearsing and performing, when you are out of work, which inevitably happens for artists, you can still get paid. They make an assessment on what you would have earned, and they can give you that.
Amazing.
And it's so good. And so a lot of, I've got friends who are musicians and they're not stressed. They don't literally have to go and get the first job in the pub or whatever just to support themselves when they inevitably have times of downtime, when there might be fewer gigs or whatever. They could actually maybe go and record something or be creative because they do have a minimum of, you know, they've paid into the system when they've paid tax, they've paid into the system, and then they can take back out of it in times of when they're not working. So I think, so for me, it's that kind of like country that, and even like you see where people like, you know, really stand up for their rights, what they're owed, what they feel they're owed. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, France are getting the strike and whatever, but there's something about like standing up for what you believe you deserve as a society and looking after
and they don't let the people them take the piss with them.
Like the government, you can't, they're always being held to account. And you can't be taking a piss.
But haven't they been inventive with their, strikes and stuff? You remember the Gilets jaunes that came out of nowhere? Because everyone had the Gilets jaunes. Gilet is your jacket, your fluorescent jacket
so
that
your
you
yellow
have to have in your car. Because at one point. I was like, how did they all have the gilets jaunes? They must have ordered the gilets jaunes. And my friend said, no, but everyone has a gilet jaune in your car.
Yeah, so you could just take. What I loved what I loved is when they had the people at the péage. They had people at the tolls. At the tolls. So all the rows around us with tolls, they were just keeping them open. They were like, go through.
How
go
they
through.
lifted the
Yeah, they kept it up. I don't know how they did it, but they kept it up. So I'm ready to pay, and they're like, no, go through. So they're like hitting the government in the pocket.
They hit.
They know where to hit. Like you lot think today you're gonna get all that money from people paying tolls. Like, no, we're stopping that.
I remember when they didn't collect the bins in Paris. It was something else.
Yeah.
It was something. It stunk up. I thought, oh my god, this place is gonna have an invasion of the
rats and stuff.
But they're like, nah, man, I'm not picking up the rubbish. Not picking it up.
So I definitely like that. I really do like the social aspect of France, and because especially when you compare it to what's happening now in the UK in terms of people being like their benefits being cut, people who can't work, they're being forced back into work when they've got disabilities, and even to prove that you've got a disability is so hard. And it's like it's like the system doesn't care. Like in England, it's just like the system that we're paying into doesn't care for us. But what happens in the UK is that people do mobilize, and so it's like communities do come together and do food banks and help local communities. But it's like it's the job. It should be centralized. Like we shouldn't have to do that, and the government shouldn't be forcing us to come together and actually fix like this problem of food.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone deserves to have food and be able to afford. People who work should be able to, and that's the thing. Like I feel like in France, people who work can afford to buy food.
Yeah.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
And
why is it
the
people
food's expensive here?
And why is it that people in England, some people who work can't even afford to feed their family?
Even people who are key workers,
nurses
have to get support with food.
Exactly. So there's that element of just the social kind of element of being looked after.
And fighting for your rights.
And I like that.
And my final point was, we talked a little bit about the old booze here, but I like the drink culture here. The sophistication, you know. I'm not gonna be
getting shit faced.
Yeah, you don't like in England. You are planning it Friday night. It's going.
But off. I like that.
Nah, but what's it doing to your old liver, eh? What's it doing to your insides? What's it doing to your health?
Binge
drinking. I just like the respect for booze. It's like we're having it to enjoy it.
And the thing is, they start young. That's the thing. They know it from kids. It's not held away from them. Like as you're a kid, you can taste a bit of wine, or they might put water in it, or there's the exposure to booze. It happens at such a young age, and it's not taboo, so that they don't have that kind of like excessive.
And drinking one or two is probably normalised here, where sometimes if drinking one or two in England, sometimes depending what circles you're in, you think you have to keep going. You know, if everyone's drinking, you have to keep drinking, and then everyone's getting tit-faced or rat-arsed. You have to do it as well.
But you know what, as well, sometimes I feel like there's a big movement in the UK now of like not drinking.
Yeah, you know, I'm stopped.
Yeah, and I think, and a lot of times the conversation is around how difficult it is to stop drinking, because everyone expects that of you, and everyone's like, oh, well, go on, just have one. And it's like, why are you not drinking? It's like, actually, no, I don't want to.
Exactly. You have to make a lie like you're pregnant or you're on antibiotics. Or you got surgery in the morning.
If I wasn't going to drink, I'd always get a gin and tonic. Well, no, sorry.
She can't help herself.
If I wasn't going to drink, I'd always get a tonic water with a lime, because it looks like gin and tonic.
Exactly.
And it kind of tastes a bit, but like other people won't be like, oh, why are you not drinking?
I know, and I like non-alcoholic drinks in alcoholic glasses. Like you say, like a
mocktail.
But in a nice glass. Don't give me in a little water glass. Give me in like a big goblet.
Yeah, goblet.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice.
So
so that's what we have. Right, now we've got to do a song.
Did you forget about that?
No, I didn't forget about it, but I'm tired now.
I know. We can pull it out.
Right.
Well, I'll start then. On the 12th day of Christmas.
Yeah, so we're going to start from the 12th day of Christmas.
We'll see, otherwise...
Because this is
get your money back.
Because this is a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
These are the 12 Christmas gifts that we've received from France.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, let's see. With unpracticed.
Oh, that's your note.
Oh.
Is that too high?
No, it's fine.
I'll raise the sign.
Let's go.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love said to me,
12 direct communicators.
11 holiday destinations.
10 great lunchtimes and mealtimes.
9 aperos.
8 food markets.
7 patisseries.
6 terraces.
5 seasons of weather. But it's really 5 seasons of... No, I can't do 5 seasons. I'll bring that on the 4. I don't know. Okay. 5 slow pace of life.
4 balanced lifestyle.
But I need to say 4
yes,
seasons.
Okay. Do 5 and then 4.
5 slow pace life. 4 seasons.
3 balanced lifestyle.
2 social security. And
drink sophistication.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Drink responsibly.
Joyeux Noël.
Joyeux Noël.
Joyeux Noël. Drink responsibly. Enjoy your time in this season.
Yeah.
And je vous aime.
Je vous aime.
Guys, let us know actually in the comments or write to us at expatimmigrant.com at gmail.com, sorry. Tell us some of the gifts that your new place where you live now has given you.
Yeah.
Where do you live in the world and what do you love about it?
Oh, yeah.
Let us know. And if you want, put it to a song of 12 Days of Christmas. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, follow us over on Instagram. We are at Expat Immigrant. We're also on TikTok and on Twitter.
Yes.
But you could also follow Catherine on Instagram, which is
Kat all that one.
and you can follow me at Tuneful TV. Guys, merci beaucoup. Je vous aime.
Bonne continuation.
Bonne continuation. Bye.